What's going on, guys? It's your boy Powersight B, and I just want to go over my settings and some little tips that help me to get better at the game. Overall, from a casual standpoint, okay, some things that I've noticed. I've played like 75 hours in this game, so I have like knowledge of like what is going on in the game, and I'm not the best at the game. I don't want. I want to preface it by saying that, but I have done some things that have raised my KD, and I want to share those things with you. So let's get into my settings real quick. So right now I have a field of view at 120. I say between 110 to 120. Anything in between there, find a good field of view for you. Some people play at 110. I've seen people play at 115. But yeah, you can play in between 110 or 120. Basically, is um is the is a good starting part. ADS view is on consistent. You got instant, melee, yep, off. That's on toggle. I have auto sprint on because it gives me one less thing to think about. Some people have it off. If you're just a beast, you can have it off. But for me, it gives me one less thing to think about, so I have it on. I have behavior to tap, auto reload on. Make sure this is off because if you have it on, you're gonna auto grab ledges while you are shooting at somebody. If you're shooting at somebody and you're by a ledge, it'll make you auto while you're shooting them. So be careful with that. And then one big tip that I've had is if you are playing on a TV or playing on if you're playing on a TV and you need to see the mini map, bring in your HUD, okay, so that you're able to look at the mini map and see where people are at. Because yes, you can hear their shooting. If you're really good at hearing their shooting, you can hear them shooting, but you don't know exactly where they're at. You have to look at the mini map to see exactly where they're at, and you can give you some good flank potentials if you know where they are. So bringing your HUD closer so that you're able to see what's going on. That's one of my tips, and I have it at 50. I have it at 50 0. I've seen some people have it at 0 0. But I think 50 is good enough for me because I play on a monitor. But you can have it at 0 0 if you're playing on like a big screen TV. And then I have damage inhibitor on, health bars on, mini wrap off, ping display on, and team overlay on. My settings, I play on default because I have back buttons so I can jump and slide. But if you're not, I would suggest to either play the brawler or yeah, stim thug brawler, or I suggest you or yeah, brawler. This is what I'm talking about, brawler or hurdler, so that you don't have to move your hand off the button or off the right stick. As long as you want to do as much action so that your thumb always stays on the right stick. Okay. And then you can always swap and flip them if you need to. If you like shooting with your L1s and stuff like that, you can always flip them and things of that nature. So don't worry about that. Um, aim assist is on standard. I have now this I played with a little bit. I'm liking -2 on the follow just so that I don't stick to people because the aim assist is very strong. It's going to magnetize if you have multiple people in the area. It's going to magnetize to them. So make sure you have it on -2 so that you're able to. Um, it's not as sticky. Basically, it won't like magnets, stick to them. I'm playing on reverse S curve. I was playing on linear when I first started because I wasn't really into the movement. But now that I've got into a little bit of the movement and running around the map, I play on reverse S curve so that you can be mobile. Basically, if you want to be mobile, play on S curve. If you want more of like you're more in like to shooting and like just want to like hit long range shots, stay on linear. That's pretty much my suggestion. Linear to hit those long range shots. S curve is to move. I have 44, 34, and the trick is if you have this low sense, if you have anything lower than this, have a low sense, have your look sensitivity high, or higher sensitivity, or lower sensitivity, high look sense. You got a high sensitivity, lowers your look sense. That's how it kind of works. At least that's how it worked for me. I'm not. Everybody's different, but that's how it's worked for me. Let's see here. Also, I have this on 1.0, but you can either play at 130 to 150 is what I suggest for anybody like starting out 130 to 150. You can test in between those and see how that feels for you. And this is basically just the movement speed without you ADSing. The reason a lot of people play at 2. I played at 2 for the longest time, but it makes me overshoot people sometimes, so it's annoying. It's annoying sometimes, so I don't do it. But you guys can have it as well. But now I play at a 1.0, and then off, off, and off, right? And then also to make sure that you're playing at 120 hertz, because if you're playing crossplay, you're going to be playing people on PC, so make sure you get the most frames that you can, so that you're able to be on this at least a somewhat level playing field with those guys, because they will be running uncapped frames and stuff like that. So just be careful with that. Make sure you have it on. If you're running with it off, if you're running with a thing that doesn't have 120 hertz, you can still do damage. Don't worry. Don't fret. But 120 does help. All right. And some other things one thing that I've learned is to control recoil. Okay. I know it's like plain and dumb for like people that's already played FPSs before, but I'm a person that's new to FPSs or shooters. Controlling this recoil is key. So what I do all the time when I come into the shooting range, I always come to this board, shoot up, and I even do this before a game or a match. I go to a wall, shoot up, and see how the gun is, so that you're able to control this recoil. Make it almost have like you have 0 recoil. Now attachments do help. Attachments help a lot. So just know that. See if I can hit these shots again. Alright, hold on. I'm like bugging out real quick. But yeah, it'll help with that as well. Also, what is it? It's called recoil smoothing. So what you do is you want to strafe while you shoot somebody. Make sure you're strafing while shooting somebody, even if it's just like a little movement. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to like air strafe and like do all this, and like you can if you want to. If you get really good with it, you can do all that. I don't really do that. Just a regular strafe. If you have horizontal attachments, make sure you put those on instead of vertical ones. But make sure you're moving so that it's able to, it'll smooth out for you. But that's one thing I've learned, It's like, boom, boom, just strafing. Even if you go back to forth, it'll mess up if you have, so horizontal attachments will help, as well as, if we go into loadouts, horizontal attachments will help, as well as the ADS walking speed. If you have ADS walking speed, if you have a high ADS walking speed and you're strafing and shooting at somebody, it's gonna look crazy on their screen while you're going like this. Like if you're moving back and forth, it's gonna look crazy on the screen because you're gonna be moving so fast while you're ADSing. So those are the 2 attachments that I would look for putting on my gun. Anything with horizontal recoil or ADS speed. The recoil is already like not that bad in this game already, but those things will help you. That's all I have for you guys right now. So it's been your boy Power. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will be sure to answer them. But until I have something else for you, it's been your boy Power. Peace.